Good morning. Welcome to the devotional this morning. Coming from the book of Luke, chapter 5, and it's the story of where Jesus called Simon and James and John to follow him. And it says in verse 10 that at the end of verse 10 it says, "Do not be afraid. From now on, you will catch men." You know, within the ministry of Door of Hope, it is so easy to get distracted and lose focus because there's so much that is on our heart and vision that we have. And yet, how's God going to provide? I remember when we even started Door of Hope, no money. I put $100 into the account. And I'm like, how in the world is this going to develop? Where is it going to go? And our mission, our calling as a ministry is to bring awareness to the reality of the finished work of Christ and spiritual warfare and the enemy being defeated and people coming free and so forth. And I've come back to this passage of scripture so many times over and over. And this morning's devotional is just a time of me saying thank you. But notice it says that they caught nothing. Their own labors, Simon and the fishermen, their own labors produced nothing. If you go back and read the earlier verses of this passage, Jesus, after he was done teaching, borrowing Simon's boat, Jesus then tells Simon, launch out into the deep and let your nets down for a catch. And Simon's like, I'm the professional, but at your word, I'll do it. Because you tell me this is what I should do, I'll do. And the catch was so great that he called to his partners, verse 9. Verse 8, when Peter saw it, he fell down and said, depart from me, for I'm a sinful man. For he and all who were with him were astonished at the catch of fish. And so also were James and John, who were partners with Simon. In other words, they were astonished and they got the overflow from what Peter's net and Simon's obedience to the command of Jesus. When Fern and I stepped out and started Door of Hope, it was not because anybody told us. It was because of what God put on our heart. And as we stepped out in faith, it was kind of like, God, here we go. And we want to be fishers of men, whether that means helping people become saved, people come free from snares and bondages where the enemy is holding them in darkness. Doesn't matter. And in behalf of Fern and I and Door of Hope on this Thanksgiving Day, we just say thank you, first of all, to Jesus, who did it for us and has been our right hand, on whom we could lean. And thank you to you, our partners, over these many, many years, and maybe some just in the last year. Thank you, and we look forward to the best is yet to come. God bless you. Have a great Thanksgiving with your families.